This is another magical moment from Wonderland. And today, I guess you can guess, I want to talk about the Mad Hatter because he is marvelously mad. So, we're going to have a conversation with madness. When Alice steps into the tea party hosted by the Mad Hatter, she doesn't just find a table full of teacups and riddles. She encounters a lesson in letting go of logic. The Mad Hatter, wide-eyed and wonderfully weird, isn't just a quirky character in a top hat. He's a mirror of Wonderland itself, unpredictable, illogical, and utterly free. In his world, it's always tea time, because time itself has been offended and has stopped. The Hatter explains this matter-of-factly, as though it's perfectly normal for clocks to forget their job and for tea parties to never end. And isn't that the point? In Wonderland, nothing follows the rules of the ordinary world. For the Hatter, Alice is challenged to embrace uncertainty, to question the structure of time, to explore new ways of thinking, and the Mad Hatter's nonsensical riddles, like why is the raven like a writing desk, are actually never meant to be answered. They're meant to unsettle, to awaken curiosity, and to remind us that not everything in life has to make perfect sense to be meaningful. The Hatter also shows us the power of playfulness. Although he's mad, his madness is a kind of freedom, a break from conformity. He dares to live outside the bounds of logic, etiquette, and expectation. And in doing so, he invites Alice and each and every one of us to consider what might we discover if we stopped trying to control everything and just allowed ourselves to be. In one of the most memorable lines from Tim Burton's reimagining, the Hatter tells Alice, "You're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are." So perhaps the Mad Hatter's greatest gift is this. He reminds us that madness, in the right dose, can be absolute magic. It can shake us awake. It can spark our creativity. It can set us free from the ordinary. And that's the meaning of the Mad Hatter. Now, my husband made himself a little Mad Hatter hat. I'm going to give everybody the rabbit hat from the tea party, which is what I wore yesterday in my magical video. I have just found an incredible passage from Alan Watts, who was a very famous philosopher who was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and it is so in tune with both this passage about the Mad Hatter, and it is so in tune with being in the now and manifestation. I want to read it tomorrow in my magical moment because it's really quite astonishing, and I have fallen totally in love with it. But I thought I would start with the Mad Hatter so that you have context as to why this passage from Alan Watts is so important. He believed in all the Eastern philosophies and merged them together, whether it was Zen or Buddhist, well, all of them. He believed in the now, and he had very unique ways of sharing with us so that we would all live in the now, and we would think and become curiouser and curiouser, does that sound familiar, with our world and how we view it and look at it. So tune in tomorrow for my Wonderland magic moment, and I'll read you this passage because it's astonishing. All of this is the feeling of what I want to create in my Wonderland retreat. So I do hope you'll read all of the materials that I've given to you and that you will decide to join us, because we're going to have a rollicking good time and we're going to expand our minds and transform to become everything we were meant to be and to reach all our hopes and dreams. So thank you for joining me today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.